Hello, good evening, YouTube world. It's none other than that one Knotlocks here, doing another dreadlock review. And when I say dread review, I'm not just speaking about dreads as in hair. I'm speaking about the person as a dread, because it's like that video when I said dreads versus locks, and people use the term dread in terms of respect. When you yell somebody, hey, dread, they're not talking about, hey, I'm not hollering at their hair. I'm hollering at that as a person, them as a whole. So I'm gonna talk about dread reviews of people as a whole, not just their hair. You guys gotta understand the meaning of dread review. Anyways, getting to the story here, I got a really interesting dread review today by a reggae dancehall artist by the name of Alkaline. Now, someone in the comments posted this yesterday to make this video, and I thought it was a great idea because he is definitely an interesting character. So make sure you guys stay tuned and stay subscribed for the best in daily dreadlock content videos. Stay tuned. Okay, so this guy is an interesting artist and dread to talk about because he is a shock value artist. And now, if you've never heard of a shock value artist, these are people that take things to the extreme of shocking people so they can get publicity and they can get talked about in terms of helping on their come up. And Alkaline here is an artist that's done that. He's from Jamaica, and to be honest, I have heard of some of his music not knowing that it was him, and I knew of that name Alkaline on these reggae mixtapes I can get, and until someone mentioned his name and I looked up the photos, I didn't actually know what he looked like, but I have heard his songs. And it's strange because I do like reviewing these reggae artists over the hip-hop artists any day, because I like reggae dancehall music over hip-hop nowadays. But him being a shock artist, look at how he's gonna shock us right now. So first off, his hair was not even dreaded until it was pretty long, and I had trouble finding images of him with dreadlocks until someone helped me out. But looking at his hair here, it looks like it's been permed to make it straight. Maybe some relaxants were put in there, because that's not natural hair for his sake. Because looking at his next photo here, this is how his hair actually is, his nappy fro. So he was definitely getting braids done before, and this man is an interesting artist because he actually, if you take a look at his eyes here, he went through the process of getting his corneals tattooed. That's right, his eyeballs were tattooed black in this case. And looking at him from before when he was a kid, this is him in high school, grade school, in Jamaica uniform, with his white pupils, white corneals. Sorry, his corneals are white, and his hair was shaved down. And now looking at him, his eyes are totally black, almost resembling like an alien. You know what I mean? Like, it looks kind of creepy. And as his hair was growing and growing, you can see that he did get it relaxed more and more. And the braid up was the style, it seems, for a bit for this character. Fishbone braids, cornrow, and the braid out / relaxant look. So his hair was a good length to actually become dreadlocks, but I can't even focus on his hair right now because his eyes are just tripping me out so much, and it's scary. And I guess that's why that he got his eyes tattooed like this, so people remember him as that artist with the eyeball tattoos. But don't think that he's the one that's kind of set this trend and started this whole revolution of eyeball tattooing, because they've been doing it for thousands of years, and normally it symbolizes it says here, corneal tattooing has been practiced for almost 2,000 years. first mentioned in history by Galen, a 2nd century physician. Methods of the corneal tattooing have at times been practiced often and at other times faded into obscurity. But overall, the methods have evolved throughout history. However, it symbolizes the change of a soul as the body is now being occupied by the devil. And this is the symbol of what eye tattooing means. And don't think that he was the first one to do it. Yeah, he's definitely not the only one. There was actually some guys in Canada in the state penitentiary, not the state, we don't have states, but the Kingston Penitentiary is one of our biggest prisons in Canada, and these guys were one of the first in North America to actually do it. One guy did it blue like this guy, another guy did it red. But as you can see, this is actually the picture here of the guy in prison that did it here. Tattooed his eye blue. But as you can see, people are doing this more and more these days to kind of create shock. Here's the other guy with the red tattoos in Canada that did it. This guy just looks perma-stoned. Like, seriously. This guy got it done with yellow. Like, that looks stupid. This guy looks so creepy. And I don't know, I don't get the point of tattooing your eyeball. To be honest, I don't even get the point of tattoos anymore. Like, I wouldn't go as far as getting tattoos as much. Damn, that's crazy. And look at this. Maybe that's like the bad case that could happen when you tattoo your eyeball. Shit's for real. Anyways, back to Alkaline here. When he started to lock up his hair. Oh, and if you're wondering what the process actually looks like on him, yeah. There he is getting his eyeball tattooed. Isn't that something else, people? Looks painful, man. I don't know why you'd want to go through with that. He's probably made his money back from it, though. So yeah, moving on to now when he's starting to lock up his hair. Obviously, we can tell here that Alkaline has used a 2-strand twist method to create the locks. Now, this would have been done through a loctician / braider, and this is actually the very second way I started my dreadlock journey. Exactly like this. The same amount of dreads and everything, roll twists, and this method has come across like through 2-strand twisting of the hair. Only problem is my hair would never take. The new growth just wouldn't lock, but his obviously has locked because his hair is a bit thicker than mine. What I did was, from this method, as the new growth would come in, I interlocked the new growth and I tied off the ends of the twist so they wouldn't come out as much anymore. And then as my new growth kept coming in, it was getting interlocked. So over the months, I had like a short stub of baby lock that came in, with the rest being 2-strand twist. And then as the baby growth locked, I undid the 2-strand twist and tied it back up into knots, and then that's how my locks were created. And that's the story. You can see now how his twists have turned out like this, and they actually look pretty dope in a sense. They're thin, and as we look through his photos more, they resemble actually a lot like Movato's locks here on the left, but a little bit thicker. He's got a little bit more thickness to his hair than Movato. Movato's locks are really thin, but check out the parting like on his head. He's done a really good job with that. I'm a fan. Is that the last photo? No. So we got more photos of him smoking weed in the hotel room hallways. You know, it seems like he lives a life of do thou shall wilt. That's what do as you want. It's Luciferian. Check out this photo. And why this man, you know what? If he's symbolizing that he sold his soul to the devil, he's never smiling in any of these pictures, if you've noticed. It's like it's against his rules to ever smile once you get your eyeballs tattooed. I don't think it's possible. Another picture here with his locks kind of flung back, a couple on his face. Yeah, here you can see that it's been twisted up real tight. Twist, twist, twist. This guy's like Wiz Khalifa skinny. And it's funny because I never see these people in person until these videos, and this man should not be wearing a Jesus piece like this either. Apparently when you wear Jesus pieces like this, it's idolizing, and idolizing is not really what is intended in that form, in terms of like praising God and looking towards Jesus. And as we move on here, looking at his hair, of course, it's just twisted up. It looks good, honestly. This is way better than any like Chief Keef twist I've seen for some reason, because they're longer and there's more of them, I guess. But I don't know, it doesn't have the same feel as their look that Chief Keef's Glow Gang crew kind of gives off. I know they're similar, but these ones just seem a little bit different, mainly because they're like crinkly down the edges a little bit. There's a good picture close up of how his locks are looking. Yeah, and here's a picture. You can really see how they're still being twisted, because they're so twisty on the ends down here. I think this photo looks pretty cool with his hair like this. And this picture brings me to the point of me reviewing him as a dread. I mean, like I said, I never seen these people once you guys asked me to review them. So I look into it, and you know, if I see something that needs to be pointed out, I gotta point it out. And this photo is very, very, very occultish. And him being a shock value artist, I can see the angle he's taking on his come up in the industry, and he's definitely portraying occult fashions in his music and in his character for 100%. Like, this photo right here is the Ring of Fire, and this is like used in occult rituals by Satanists and Luciferians. You can look up the Ring of Fire. You've seen it in movies before, when like witchcrafts and the occult are summoning spirits and demons. They do it in a Ring of Fire with the Anarchy A in the middle, the pentagram. You've seen it before. I don't really need to go too far into it, but another thing that he really promotes here is the big owl tattoo on his chest, which is another sign that the occult use, the symbol they use. I wouldn't go as far as saying he's in the Illuminati, because he's not, but it seems like he's trying to catch the attention of the elite through these symbols. Like, he probably believes in the same ideas, ideologies on life and world elitism as they do. I bet you any money, because the stuff he's promoting is just not the coolest, you know. There was another picture here with a tattoo, what seems to be the Virgin Mary, her mother Mary, but it seems that he's like blacked out or like alienified. I don't really get what's going on in this tattoo, but from what I can see, it looks like a blasphemous tattoo saying that Jesus and Mary are related to aliens. Interesting. Not really going to go too far into that. I don't know too much there. And by the way, when you guys are watching these videos, don't believe a word that I say about this Antichrist stuff. You guys gotta kind of go and figure it out for yourselves. I'm just kind of giving you a little push start. And the way I see the world and the way that I believe, things are being run, because I am a little crazy. I'll admit it. You know, I got some mental illnesses, but at least I can, you know, at least I can back that. At least I can say that now publicly. But the blessing side of that is that these illnesses has brought me to the realization of the world's ideology. So it kind of like saved me. Here's another thing interesting about Alkaline here, is that in this photo of Alkaline, I'm not sure if you guys have ever been to Jamaica, but Jamaica, it's hot. The sun beats down, and Jamaicans have melatonin in their skin to protect them from the sun's rays, meaning that they're black. Not even just Jamaica, this is all the Caribbeans. When you look at the photos of Alkaline now, do you notice how light his skin is? This is another thing I noticed. It seems like his skin was just getting lighter and lighter throughout the days. Like, here it's dark. But in looking at his face now, especially in this photo, seems like someone's been using a little bit of cake soap, if you ask me. What's that? You don't know what cake soap is? Well, let me tell you. It's a soap made of bleach that you rub on your skin to bleach your skin white. more so popularized by Vibes Cartel, another Jamaican dancehall artist who was like a brand ambassador of Cake Soap, and you can see in his skin coloration as well how he's transformed his pigment from dark to light. Not really a huge fan or supporter of people doing this, but you know, people are gonna do what they want to do, like try and summon demons and Circle of Fire, and you can't really do anything about it besides talk about it and try and get other people's awareness kick-started on this in a sense. But besides the point, this video is dedicated to his locks. I don't even know. Hopefully this guy turns around. I don't know. I don't really know. But to be honest, I was listening to some of his music, and for the look of him, his music does not match his look at all. He's more like auto-tune dancehall, like slow jam singer over like a rapper, dancehall rapper. It's pretty crazy. So all in all, his locks look cool, his music sounds good, but his character is poop. Not a fan of it. But keep on going with your big eyes. That's cool. You ever seen that movie Big Eyes or something? I don't know. Anyways, not locks. Stay subscribed, stay tuned. This was a little bit long-winded, I apologize, but make sure you keep on being naughty and nappy. Stay subscribed. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.